Hello everybody and welcome to our AEW All In 2024 Pictures video. I am Little Andrew Dingle, joined by the illustrious Ross and the wonderful Fraser. How's everybody doing?
Happy you're sat close at the camera so you look bigger.
I do for a change, don't I? It's always the comments like, oh, this person looks bigger.
It's like a bedroom, this like bedroom furniture set and the wardrobe. Andrew's the bedside table, and I guess that makes Jack's the bed normally when he's sat there.
But I still feel like in the camera, Fraser still looks like a regular-sized man. Do you know what I mean? I think it's just me.
You're a small boy.
It is just me, yeah.
You did emphasize the little at the start there.
I did. Well, I mean, it's part of the gimmick, isn't it? Everybody, are you boys excited for what we're about to experience within Wembley this fine weekend?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's better than last year's card. Just on the face of things, a much better card than last year. I know there's a lot of hoo-ha about them only selling 50,000 tickets. But that means more room for people like me who's going to be there. So up yours.
Oh, it definitely looks better. It definitely looks better. I think as a main event, also like having Danielson in there. We didn't get to see him last year.
Yeah,
we're gonna see him this year.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. I think sort of watching the last few weeks of AEW TV and some of the like little tasters that we've got of some of the matches that we're going to have. I'm well excited, more excited than I was previously. I think it's going to be mint.
It feels like last year was more of the novelty of like UK getting the first big stadium show since 1992. This year, it's more focused on the card than it is the spectacle.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes!
Go, Tony!
Queen, come on! However, we're here for pitches, everybody. That's what we're about to do. If you don't know the premise of the pitches video, we go around this table in a cyclical fashion. It will go Ross, then Fraser, nearly said Jack, then myself.
I think you said
Joseph and his Technicolor Dream shirt. And until we get 9 lovely pitches. But lest we forget that golden rule, everybody, it's not what we think's going to happen. It's what we want to happen. Oh, good fun. Go on, Ross. Give us your first one.
I'll go to Britt Baker versus Mercedes Moné for the TBS title. I have a very simple pitch, which means I'm going to try and say it in as few words as possible, Andrew, as you tweak some metaphorical nipples there already.
No, I was just in.
That is
not even been going 5 minutes and you're taking things into the gutter already.
No, I'm not having this. No, it was soul.
Pitches turn you into a dirty boy. Anyway. Referee down spot in this match. Camille interferes, as I said, as few words as possible. James Hayter appears. The place is bouncing because her theme is a raven a can. Sean Ross Sapp and his reports about Jamie and Britt. They can kiss my ass. I still believe they can coexist and be friends. Jamie thwacks Camille. Baker comes too. Mercedes reverses. She just teases that she goes for that finisher that she's been doing, the jet backpack thingy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the actual word is.
the jet backpack. That works.
I forgot what it's called. It's
Jet
got
backpack.
Yeah.
It never looks good. So she teases to go that and goes, backstabber, bank statement. Baker rolls through. Lockjaw, new champion. Rebel comes out, makes a massive tit of herself in a very funny way while celebrating because she's very good at doing that kind of thing. Baker, Hayter, and Rebel head off into the sunset. Camille, after this has happened, absolutely demolishes Mercedes Moné. So I think that would be way more effective for her than Camille staying with Mercedes, just based off what they've been doing on TV so far. And this, of course, sets up a match between those two at All Out. That is the very simple pitch in as few words as possible.
It's the Money Maker.
It's the Money Maker.
I thought
Money
that.
Maker.
Great name.
Yeah. Terrible
Good execution.
It's an all right move.
Sometimes she's hit it dead good.
Has she?
Sometimes she's
I reckon
not.
you can count less than 5 fingers worth of good moves.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
It's not a good looking move, but that's a good looking pitch.
Thank you very much,
I
Joseph.
quite like it. That can't be the allegations here.
I'm the horrible one. Everybody.
I think it makes sense for having that return happen there, right?
Yeah. Oh, of course it does. She's English.
She's English.
She's from Southampton, which is apparently in this country.
That's London, basically. Yeah. No, I think it's a good pitch.
Yeah, thanks very much.
I like it a lot. I was umming and ahhing about this one because I've got a pitch for this. No, I don't.
You don't?
I don't. Well, semi, don't we, Joe? We co-wrote one in the office, but it's not
women
funny.
And you talked about semis. It's an absolute disgrace.
Oh my God. No, I was going to have one about certain people within this match that you have mentioned. However, I changed my mind and swapped it to something else instead. But I like how it goes because I wouldn't have thought you would have had Camille doing the thing and going against
I know what
That's what makes it stand out to me is having that turn.
Yeah, that's
Obviously-
the unpredictable thing.
Yeah, we know what they're going for with the age-old, the big heater next to the little poo house heel.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's not really slapping with the promos and whatnot. I think for Camille's future, more than Mercedes, because I think Mercedes Money is going to be fine whatever happens in this match going forwards. But for Camille's sake, I think her turning on Mercedes Money and thwacking her in a very violent fashion would be good for her going forward.
I agree. I like it. I like it a lot. Go on then, Fraser. Give us your first
So my first pitch starts at the very start of the evening. You've got Justin Roberts doing his start to the evening, welcoming everyone to All In. The commentary, cut to the commentary desk, and then they're like, whoa, we're just getting reports of a backstage fight. Cuts backstage. Jack Perry and Darby Allin are brawling backstage, leading into Gorilla. Things are getting all thrown over the place. Monitors everywhere. Perry takes a swing at Tony Khan. They get chucked through the curtain to go out to the ringside area. Then sort of they brawl around the stage. Finally, you get this match starting in the ring. Eventually, though, they do this the skateboard spot where Darby is at the top of the ramp and skateboards down to attack Jack Perry. Jack Perry somewhere crawls under the ring. He's hidden, and that's where the Bucks and Okada come out. Okay, they start beating down Darby Allin, and who appears? It's Sting. Sting comes out to try and even the odds.
He retired.
He retired. The Bucks running for the mountains, but not Okada. He squares up to Sting, calls him a bitch, and then Darby hits a coffin drop on him. At this point, Jack Perry wheels out a glass coffin from underneath the ring, opens the lid, and pours inside real glass shards.
Oh.
Real glass shards. Eventually, it will lead to what looks like Jack Perry being lined up to fall into it. Darby going for a coffin drop off the top. Jack Perry moves out of the way. Then he lands. Darby Allin lands inside the glass coffin, and then you've got Perry still winning the TNT title, and you've got all the glass stuff, the CM Punk references. You've got all of that in there to make Jack Perry get some heat, and I think it's a bad move to have Darby win this. So I think Perry needs to keep that title.
A bad move to have Darby win.
Yes.
Pourquoi?
He's got a world title shot, doesn't he, at Grand Slam? I don't think he needs the TNT title.
I like it. I'm gonna say yes. There's little bits.
Yeah.
I'm not super keen on. Another thing, like what Ross was saying in the last one, I was thinking about a glass coffin as well.
It's gotta be,
I think
yeah.
that's gonna be a possibility.
It's an awkward one, isn't it, though? Because when they're selling inside the coffin, they're going to have to be selling inside. They're going to rigor mortis. They're going to have to set in, otherwise no one will believe it, will they?
But I like it a lot. The Sting thing, I'm not super sold on.
Sting in Wembley again.
Again,
Yeah.
we've had it once, haven't we? And it were good.
It was good.
When Seek and Destroy started playing, I was...
That's true.
There
If we did get
were
that
pints of beer then, not... Yeah.
What? But I like it. I like it though, and I think having Jack win is the right thing to do at this point too, especially since he's got this new title. Although that new title would suit Darby Allin as well.
Yeah, what a title belt it is.
I like it.
It's
It's good, isn't it?
beautiful. And he made it himself.
Did he make it himself?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we saw the
Do you
video.
reckon? I know we saw the
Yeah,
video,
yeah.
but do you reckon?
In his time off, when he was made the scapegoat of the whole thing, he took up
He built a bus.
smouldering.
yeah. But I like it a lot. I think that's
you.
very good.
I'm going to give you a bar, Fraser.
bar.
Okay, a bar.
I like the glass coffin. I like
Yep.
the shards of glass. I like the way the match goes. I don't like us going back to another CM Punk reference, and I don't want to see Sting there
don't wanna
because
see Sting.
retirements are sanctimonious things in professional wrestling.
They are. They should never be breached.
Do you think it's enough? It feels to me like it's enough of. It's not a lot of the. Obviously, it's glass and whatnot. But it's not so super on the nose, maybe.
I meant more the backstage.
The backstage.
brawl.
Oh, the backstage brawl. Okay,
brawl.
that's yeah.
That's very on the nose.
Yeah.
That bit, yeah.
I think that's it would be fun.
I like it.
The Tony Khan incident as well. We don't need to go back. We've lived through it enough.
Yeah, we have.
They've got it out there in the world. Let's move on as a society.
Just cause a bit of
From
chaos.
brawl. Well,
Cause a bit of chaos.
Yeah, I guess so.
I like it. Right, should I do my first one then?
Yeah.
It's a long one, as always.
Christ alive, you go saying that.
Christ alive!
How many pages?
Oh, you ready? Well, we've only got 2 pages. Back to back.
That double-sided.
Back to back. Right. I'm going over to the Casino Gauntlet match first. I've written an opportunity for excitement and fun, and that's something the majority of us like a lot. At the time of writing and possibly recording this, I think only Orange Cassidy's been announced for the match so far.
Oui.
So, with the Casino Gauntlet being somewhat of the perfect place for some surprises to occur, this is what I want to happen, everybody. It's mid-match, and Tony Khan's favourite son, Hologram, and Orange Cassidy have a very swift, very impressive, very undemure back and forth, as the children say.
Now, what does
these
that
days.
mean?
Demure. That's what the kids are saying.
I know, but what does it
right?
mean?
Very cutesy, very... Is that like... dainty? I don't know.
Because I saw your
Proper.
Lindsay Lohan and
Yeah.
your Jamie Lee, what's her face from Halloween.
Curtis.
They were in a car.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan did the first bit, and then Jamie Lee Curtis did the second bit.
Yeah.
I'm guessing undemure is the opposite
Would
of
be
demure.
She was
Yeah.
like, I'm wearing a seatbelt. How demure.
very demure.
Yeah.
Well, this
Why'd
is
you say-
undemure, all
So
right?
it's- So it's safety.
I
Safety
think-
first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
It's very unsafe, but safe in terms of wrestling. Anyway, the intensity only ramps up higher as more people begin to enter the fray. We get the master of the half crab himself, Michael Oku, in next. And just when we think it couldn't get any spicier, here finally comes our Trev, Mr. Ricochet, everybody. Cassidy, Hologram, Oku, and Ricochet stand in the middle of the ring, facing off from one another, and they produce pure magic as they just lay into each other, pulling off a litany of reversals, tandem moves, the job lot. It's lovely, everybody, right? All four wrestlers hit a quite frankly insane spot, up to your imagination, that sees them all down in the middle of the ring before they kick back up in synchronicity as the next entrant is revealed to be 3, 2, 1... Donovan Dijak, the big boy. Oh, big man Dijak just goes on a tear. He tosses out Hologram, discus big boots Cassidy, hits a huge high justice on Michael Oku, and manages to catch Ricochet in the torture rack position as Trev attempts some offense with a springboard moonsault from the corner, but to no avail. Ready to hit Ricochet with a feast your eyes, a confident Dijak watches on as the countdown timer begins to tick down again. 3, 2, 1... Nothing. There's no music, no Tron visual, no wrestler. Commentary even starts pondering the question of whether someone pulled out of the match last minute after seeing the carnage and destruction Dijak has caused in such a short space of time. The camera cuts back to Dijak with Ricochet on his shoulders, still positioned in the corner. He managed to catch Trev in, and he stares straight down to the camera and he goes, "Ooh, feast your eyes, everybody. I'm going to hit my maneuver." All of a sudden, though, as he does that, there's a sudden groundswell of excitement from the crowd. Who doesn't want to see Dijak hit his finish? That's not it, though. That's not it. It's not for that. As we see the head of one returning Keith Lee just pop up from behind Dijak's shoulders.
It's a callback.
It's a callback, everybody. As I also mentioned in here, it's a callback. Keith Lee pops into frame behind an unsuspecting Donovan. Dijak eventually catches on. He turns around, sees his old rival standing across from him. He hits the feast your eyes on Ricochet, and as he keeps his peepers just fixated on Lee this whole entire time, who's patiently just observing on the apron. Dijak signals for Keith to get in the ring, which he does, as the crowd come unglued at the two standing across from each other, and then the two behemoths just get into it. We're instantly reminded of the phenomenal chemistry both of them have together. We get spirit bombs, big boy Spanish flies, insane feats of agility, everything you could imagine. But neither man gets the job done to obtain that shot at the AEW World title. Instead, both men take one another out of the match in some huge form spot thing or another, which then leaves us wanting a little bit more in the weeks and months to come between the two. And then, yeah, I just would like to see Keith and Dijak go at it again. I'd like to see Keith back, health permitting, obviously.
Yeah.
I think this would be a cool match for them to do some callbacks and do some stuff.
They're always weird, these pitches, aren't they? They say yes to, because everyone has the same criticism that the roster's too big.
Yeah.
We're going, let's debut two more wrestlers.
Yeah.
It'll
Let's
be
get more
great.
They've got
But it would
3
be-
shows.
I
now.
know, yeah.
It's fine.
It would be a great moment for both of them to appear, especially the way you've pitched them, so I'll give it a yes.
Thank you very
With
much.
that little asterisk above that I do think the roster's slightly
big.
too inflated.
Too big.
It's certainly a good way to debut Dijak if he's coming in. Like that is the exact way he should be used and having just big beefy battles with Keith Lee. As long as Keith Lee's health is permitting, I would like to see that. So yes, a yes
too.
from me.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
you're bloody lovely.
I appreciate the voices and the enthusiasm that you have
It's
throughout them.
sheer fear sometimes. The adrenaline takes over for whatever
of
reason.
what?
I don't know. I still get nervous.
Do you?
Yeah. But more comfortable. I don't know how to describe it. Go on. The second one.
All right. Oh. To the Gauntlet match we go for my second pitch.
wow.
Well, I did 2 pitches that are sort of sequential. So I'll do this pitch, we'll go around, and we'll do a second pitch
Is
that
that
leads on from the first one.
The
yeah.
first time from you that's happened?
No.
Oh, okay.
Might be, I don't know. The Gauntlet match, right, where the winner gets a future AEW World Championship shot at a destination that is currently unknown. Ruby Murray! We're in London, you slags! Ruby Murray, Curry, that's what they say.
Oh, they do, don't they? Apple and pears, pen and ink.
You butchered that
No,
one.
I did. I did, Joe.
Right, we know Orange Cassidy's the first entrant, which is what you want in a match like this because you have the chance to end things when it's a singles match at the very start. I'm not pitching every single entrance for this thing. All I want to see is Hangman Adam Page and England's own Michael Oku, who confirmed recently that talks have been had with AEW to have him be one of their many wrestlers as 2 of the entrants in this match here. I would like to see evil bastard Hardman Hangman and the underdog Oku be the centerpiece of the finish to the match, where Prince Nana is one of the 21 competitors. In this pitch here, we've got all 21 men in the ring, and if we have 21 men in the ring, we have room for one bollocks pick.
Yeah.
And with the fan sentiment being as strong as it is towards Prince Nana and the times with Swerve and whatnot, I think we can have room for Prince Nana in this match here. Right, that's my back covered there for
Do
that
we
pick.
get, in England, do we get an Unana, what's your name? Do we get
Unana,
what's your name?
Yeah.
You get
Na 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 na
Na,
Prince
na, na,
Nana. Prince Nana.
Prince
Prince
Nana.
Nana. Oh God.
You need to start it when you're there on Sunday.
Anyway, because of Hangman's history with Swerve, we get to the point in the match where Hangman is distracted by his own anger and venom towards Prince Nana, which allows Michael Oku to nearly shoot roll-up for the win. Hangman is going absolutely mental because, once again, like so many times over recent months, things just haven't gone the way they should have gone. Hangman has been sent to a frenzy, and we see a horrifying beatdown of Nana all around the ringside area. Hangman is covering himself in Nana's blood. He's pissing in Nana's coffee cup, and he's throwing that coffee cup at the Knight family in the front row. I don't know why.
Wow, damn. Nice.
It's what we want to happen. It's an absolutely horrifying display, which ends with Hangman being heard by the camera saying, "I'll see you later," to a dead Prince Nana. Once all of that is out the way, Michael Oku is interviewed in the ring by Renee and reveals that he will use his opportunity for the AEW World Championship at All In 2026, when not only will AEW might be back at Wembley, but also because around that time, he'll actually be ready to carry the weight of a nation on his shoulders. Ooh. We then proceed to have a wonderful 2-year build for Oku. I don't ask for much. A wonderful 2-year build for Oku, getting the world title shot where people will actually care because we've taken them on a 2021 Hangman-esque kind of journey, but without any of the alcoholism. Come back later for the second half of this pitch.
Really like the long-term aspect that you've snuck in there right at the end.
Because my main concern with the winner of this match is just them getting a title shot too soon when no one cares and you can tell who's going to win the match. I want to see proper investment put in the title shot because it's important.
Yeah.
Agreed, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Certainly getting to use Michael Oku and getting a UK lad have a big exposure on the show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just torn on whether I actually want Hangman to win that, but I feel like the way you framed it with him getting really intense actually really, really works there. I'm excited when you're teasing for this part too.
You want to be Fraser.
Oh,
Nice.
So I don't know if I can I judge this pitch right now without knowing part 2?
Well, I guess this is the Oku bit. Are you happy with Oku?
Oh, 100%.
I like
So it's a
the
thumbs
Oku
up.
bit.
It's a yes from me.
It's a thumbs up from me. Imagine Oku versus Ospreay, Wembley.
In 2026.
How good would that
when
be?
everyone knows Oku and is invested in Oku.
Was it? I can't remember if it was Rev Pro or somewhere else where they had that banger match. It was. Oh my
yeah,
god, it was
an hour.
so good. Yeah, it was so good. So something like that again. I'm all for it, and I like it's in character with Hangman Page as well, isn't it? For being just so focused on one other thing.
That's
Just
all he cares about in
Yeah,
the
that's all
world.
he
I
cares
think you get
about.
that dancing moment of Prince Nana in front of the whole Wembley crowd with the whole background doing it as well.
I'll be there.
You'll
No,
be
You'll
no,
be
no, no, no,
swerving
no.
whilst you drive. It'll be fun. That's great. I like that a lot. Go on then, young man.
Right, so my second pitch is kind of playing off the reports that Saraya's going to be having something to do at All In. She's obviously got that women's championship match on the Go Home Dynamite at the time of recording tonight. I don't think she's winning that. I don't think anyone is expecting her to win that. During Allin, she comes to the ring, says that she's, pissed off that she's not getting a match on her event, that she's been forgotten about. She's once again an outcast. She demands that anyone in the back come to the ring and have a match because she's going to defeat them easily. Referee comes out. Then Jamie Hayter's music hits.
Yes!
She's shocked that Jamie Hayter is back. She looks to throw Harley Cameron into her path and sort of be like, I'm out of here. I don't want any of this. She gets taken out very quickly. Soraya's retreating through the crowd with the Knight family trying to usher her away. Hayter goes on the chase, brings her back to the ring, basically just hits her with a couple of Haterades, gets the win, starts signaling for a title around her waist, and it cuts to the back where we see, this is post-women's championship match, where we see new champion Mariah May watching from a monitor.
Ooh.
So it sets up Jamie Hayter versus Mariah May for the women's title at some point in the future. I've not really thought about when, maybe All Out, but that's maybe too soon a build. I just want to see that match. Probably the two future top stars of the women's division in AEW.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's 100% yes from me.
It's a big yes from me as well. Because again, I was like umming and ahhing whether
More
would I have
matches?
more. Would I, no. I would also. There's so many different things I would like to see from Jamie Hayter when she comes back. I would love to see her and Toni Storm obviously got it because Toni was the one who took the belt off her in the first place. But I think her and Mariah May would be something different and something to look forward to as well.
It also keeps Mariah May away from Toni post-title win.
Yeah.
Like, that's the end of their story for me.
And it also, I guess it keeps, for the moment as well, Jamie away from Britt too.
Yes.
So we can do something a little
loads
bit
of things
different
that
there
can
as well.
happen.
I like it a lot.
Thank you.
I like it a lot because, well, let me tell you, everybody, this one is pretty
It's
similar.
Pretty similar. Okay.
It's a bit. There's more in there, of course.
Oh,
I like to
this
go,
is dangerous.
This is why this is
You
dangerous.
doing a pitch for two ladies. Who knows what could be written down?
I try to be so careful, and this isn't even a joke, right? I tried to be so careful. This one that we did together, that I might not even say that we've done.
The downstairs office did
The
together, I should
downstairs
say, yeah.
office collective pitch might not even get said because I'm scared that it's going to get construed and twisted.
We should say, me and Jack
Get
have leapt
Joel to
on Andrew. Just one pitch he did innocuously, just having Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair look at each other in the eyes while licking their fingers.
Sorry.
While licking their
What?
fingers. That's not how it was. She does the.
What did she do,
does
Andrew?
The pin. Jade does the pin, and she's always like. That's all I pitched. Anyway, right. I'm going to do my second one. All right, everybody. As Nigel McGuinness takes to the ring to give the announcement of the evening's attendance, here comes Saraya and Harley Cameron to interrupt the proceedings. She's dressed as Saraya in some amalgamation of royal garb. She's got a crown on, some Union Jack highlights on her outfit. It's like royal crossed with a usual punk aesthetic kind of stuff. She's basically hamming and heeling it up that she sees herself as royalty within the United Kingdom. Harley also carries a velvet red pillow embroidered with gold balanced on the palm of her hand. Why are you laughing? It plays into the pit. Why are you laughing? What's going on here? The two step into the ring and step up to Nigel, who still stands there a little bit confused as to what's going on. Harley signals for Nigel to place the microphone onto the pillow, but he initially hesitates due to the confusion, which sees him on the receiving end of a slap straight across the chops. Harley snatches the mic, she places it on the pillow in her hand and kneels before Saraya and presents it to her. Saraya obviously still bitter after coming up short in a match for the AEW Women's title on Wednesday's Dynamite, and also outraged and furious at the fact she still hasn't been booked on this year's All-In event, takes the mic and starts spouting all sorts of rhetoric. She starts saying that 1 year ago here in the UK, she put the AEW women's roster on the map. She made the AEW Women's Championship mean something. She elevated it to new heights, and she was the sole reason droves of people flocked to Wembley to see her specifically. She says she interrupted the official attendance announcement to spare Tony Khan the embarrassment. They don't need to hear the numbers when they know for a fact they'll be down due to Saraya not being on the card. The crowd start booing, but obviously Saraya plays into it. She's like, can you hear that, Tony? Look what you've done. I'm their queen. This is my house, my palace. These are my people. So Tony, I don't know why I've written this. Be a good little bitch and give my people what they want, what they paid to see and what they were denied. Give me my match. I'm not moving until they get what they came here for. And with the crowd showering Saraya with boos, we wait in anticipation for who her opponent will be. The lights go down in the stadium as much as they can go down with the natural light in summer. And some sick AF drum and bass starts thumping and swelling until it kicks into Jamie Hayter's theme song proper, marking her comeback to AEW with a hellacious pop. She gets in the ring, but Saraya wants no part of it. As she tries to leave, however, Hayter just grabs her arm from behind, hits a monumental Hayterade lariat. She goes for the 1, 2. No! Jamie pulls Saraya's shoulders off the mat. She's not done, everybody. Let's get the people going home happy, even though it's not going to be the final thing.
Should be the
It'll
final.
be
Should
in
be
there. The people will be happy anyway. She's not done. She hits another 1, 2. Again, she just lifts Saraya up to her feet, to hit a third and final Haterade for the 1, 2, 3. And the crowd are well buzzing.
I'm for this. It's the same as mine with added flair.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm all for this. I'm happy for this.
Thank you.
Yes, me too. I'm all for the promo from Saraya. It works. It sets up Jamie Hayter's appeance, and it has the right ending as well. It's gonna be a short pitches video. This we're just going
Yeah.
What are we at now? 25?
Yeah.
We've still got a bit, and there's
Like
an extra
halfway
pitch.
through normally that.
Joel's gonna read out the collective.
I think Joe should.
The collective. He's not even
What are
paying
you going for,
attention.
Joel?
I'm writing down thumbnail ideas.
Part of
What a guy! What a guy! He's always on. I said Joel's gonna read out the collective
I can't remember
downstairs pitch.
what it was.
He's
to be
got it
Well,
honest.
it's all right. I've written it down
got it on
answer,
paper.
in bold,
I did hear
underlined.
it involved a sausage. That's all.
Well, that's why I'm a bit worried about
Why you're okay?
me saying
Don't
it
worry.
out loud. All right.
What a
your-
shocker.
What a coward.
Your third and final pitch, my dear. What have you
Right.
got?
Well, sweetheart. Later in the night, the same night where that Oku pitch happened, we get the world title match between Danielson and Swerve, and I'm pitching that we see the never seen before, ever seen. I've gone Donald Trump. Ever seen before wrestling. The referee down spot where the babyface knocks them silly inadvertently. This is the moment where the camera picks up a hell-bent Hangman. Remember him from earlier on?
I do remember
He's
Hellbent.
still very pissed off from earlier in the night, making his way towards the ring because the referee is down, and because of the history with Swerve, he gets straight into the ring from the crowd and he starts battering Swervelicious. Nana in a wheelchair at ringside because he can't do anything because he was almost died. He was almost
He was
died.
almost died.
He was almost felled earlier in the night, but he can still do his arms. It'll be a funny visual, I think.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just on the ground.
Hangman is determined to ruin the biggest night. He could swerve in his wheelchair, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Swerve in my chair. I just swerve in my chair.
Hey, that'll be us in the retirement home in 20 years' time. Hangman is determined to ruin the biggest night of Swerve's career. The battering on the outside leaves Swerve absolutely knackered, and with Danielson coming too, I'm picturing a scene where the crowd slowly realizes he can get a bloody blue psycho knee in here. You know, the gradual raising of the crowd. Oh. This is going to be great, and this pitch says so, right? Boom! Busaico. Pinfall. Swerve kicks out. Careful now. Careful now. The camera cuts to Birdie B, Danielson, in the front row. She stands on her mother's shoulders, and she's seen mouthing, kick his effing head in, but with the actual swear word. She's 7 years old. It would be really effective, right? One psychotic attack later, and with the crowd and Birdie D, going radio rental as one more Busaico knee is enough for Danielson to get the win and win the AEW World title, whether he wants to or not. The confetti is pouring down. All members of the BCC are in the ring. Danielson is hoisted onto the shoulders of Claudio, and we're having a bloody great time. The lads go to leave the ring, and raka-cha-cha-cha-cha, I've written down there for some reason.
You have written exactly that, yeah.
Cha-cha-cha-cha. John Moxley, who was waited behind Danielson and the rest of the lads have gotten out of the ring, has assaulted his now former BCC stablemate Claudio, and the great Yuta are also taken out, and and Moxley is seen shouting at Danielson, "I carried this place for the longest time, and now we've got a broken man as our champion. I wasn't on the card because of this bull, you know what? F this man, F this bull."
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Got carried away. Everybody. Just dropped a swear word on the video. Got carried away.
Passionate.
I'd like to
Very,
apologise
very
for all
passionate.
watching. This bull poo, yes. Moxley is then set off. Sorry, Joel. Moxley is then set off on a heel run for the ages. Danielson's next title match, but not at All Out because that's too soon. That's sorted out. That's John Moxley. Swerve and Hangman is then also set up for All Out with their lives, but no gold on the line.
Yes.
It's an interesting. I'll be interested how it goes down inside the crowd, but it's what I want to happen.
My God, let me tell you.
I'd be really worried for a Mox heel turn, but I think it does need to happen at some point. Like his character, I'm not saying he's stale, but there's so much you could do with that. I'm for it with the apprehension because I'm worried that it wouldn't land as well.
I just think because it's this. Imagine John Moxley's a babyface in the way he is. Imagine him as the heel he was way back in day. None of this Dean Ambrose face mask.
Yeah,
stuff.
like an actual vicious heel. Yeah. As long as it's not like how he was a year ago when he was just Blackpool Combat Club heel Moxley, then I'm for it.
I was almost stood on my chair,
Were you?
cheering and
Like Birdie D.
excitement, like Birdie D right there, ready to drop a bomb just like you did. Sorry. Do you know what? I really, really like it, and I like it even more because when you were like, "Oh, Danielson's hoisted up on Claudio's shoulders," I was like, "Oh, he's gonna do it. He's finally gonna do it with Claudio," and that's what I was expecting because I feel like that is what's going to happen. Is Claudio will become a heel at some point.
Because was it Claudio who was like, Danielson needs to concentrate on the BCC,
Yeah.
and they never
Yeah.
followed up on it. It was weird, wasn't it? So maybe
And
they
then-
could go back to that, yeah.
And then maybe as well in like there was like the whole little promo package thing on Collision. I feel like as well where they were asking superstars like or wrestlers like who should win this match? Who's going to win this match? This, that, and the other. And Claudio was just like, I'm not gonna answer it.
Ooh.
Which could either
there's
mean like,
nuances
which could
there.
either be like, hey, yeah, I mean Danielson's gonna win. What you even asking me for? But it felt like there was something else a little bit there. So I like the fact that you've done the.
I'll pretend I saw that promo package, and that's why I went with the red herring.
But even outside of that, all the other stuff, like him just not shaking people's hands or him getting a little bit frustrated with not picking up wins and other things like that, I think it leans into it well because it is kind of like the turn that you might not see coming with Moxley being the one to do it. So I like it a bloody lot, young man.
Thank you very much.
That's brilliant.
Right, my final one then. I was torn on what to do for this last one. One I've just got written down that I'm not going to use, but Chris Jericho performs every single entrance theme on the show with the band Fozzy. And I think that's what we need.
That's the only reason I'm going down is to
It's
see
what we need to happen.
Freddie Mercury reincarnated for the second year in a row in the vessel of Chris Jericho.
He's got the yellow jacket. Is that why he's got the yellow jacket?
Maybe.
I mean, he did the
That
old.
might be it.
Did the old Live Aid, didn't he, last
He
year?
did.
he did. I think you should do it again, but for every single entrance. So that's my final pitch. Again, I was struggling with this one, but I've gone for MJF, Will Ospreay. Obviously, MJF is going to have this big, over-the-top, overly American entrance. Red, white, and blue fireworks are going off all around the top of the stadium. You've got women lining the ramp, waving the American flag, kind of like last year where he was being bowed to as he made his entrance. Big American flag sort of thing. He demands that America the Beautiful be sung before the match even starts, which gets
Well, I
interrupted.
won't be, right? I'm not singing
You're not
that.
going to
Yeah.
sing. Well, luckily enough, Will Ospreay interrupts with Elevated, dressed as a walking Union Jack.
Our real national anthem.
Yeah. The whole crowd on their feet, hands across.
Elevate me to the sky.
I'm thinking maybe a piano cover. Like,
Oh, wow,
just
like an Elton John kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Maybe
get
Elton John to do it. I'm going to add that to the pitch. Elton John plays Will Ospreay to the ring.
That's it. Come on.
As
yes
a
from me,
walking
don't you
Union
say that.
Jack. The bell rings. Ospreay hits MJF with a hidden blade immediately and starts getting hyped up to sort of hit the Tiger Driver 91. He's like, I'm going to do it. Underhooks him, lifts him up, and then while he's got him upside down, he realizes what he's doing, drops him. This allows MJF to sort of turn the match around and really start the match trying to destroy the arm of Will Ospreay. Ospreay manages to get back into it. He begins to compose himself, stands in the corner looking for the second hidden blade. He runs at MJF, who ducks and locks in the armbar, really, again, working on that arm. Throughout the match, Ospreay's arm gets injured, and this stops him from using the hidden blade multiple times. They kind of repeat this spot over and over again. MJF starts slapping Ospreay, who's on his knees at this point. Ospreay sort of getting checked on by the ref. Looks like he's actually hurt. They maybe sell it and do a sort of an injury spot. MJF spits in Ospreay's face. He's getting more and more pissed off. He starts to make the comeback, hits that second hidden blade, but he's in so much pain that he can't actually pin MJF. In the meantime, as he's getting checked on, MJF brings out the Dynamite Diamond ring, puts it on, but the ref doesn't see it. Ospreay doesn't see it. Ospreay struggling with the pain, picks him up for the Stormbreaker rather than the Tiger Driver, but MJF hits him with the ring. Falls on top of him. 1, 2.
Oh.
The referee gets dragged out from the ring, and it's Kyle Fletcher. Yeah. Look, but MJF had it won. Gets pulled out the ring. MJF, fuming with Kyle Fletcher, starts going to fight him, brawling with him. Ospreay dives to the outside, landing on both of them. Rolls him back into the ring. Hits that Tiger Driver 91, but is apprehensive. Fletcher shouting at him, "You've got to do it, you've got to do it." Oku comes down, running down to the ring, "You've got to do it." Manages to hit it, hits the pin. He's the new champion. Don Callis comes out to celebrate with him because it's the family and he's still like, "Oh, we're still friends," and all that. He's got Takeshita by his side, who starts eyeing up that international title. And I'm struggling on this ending here because I don't know whether Takeshita does attack him. I think he does. But I think it'd be quite nice to not have it, and it's just the tension between the two. While everyone's celebrating, Takeshita just can't take his eyes off Ospreay as MJF runs up the ramp crying. Just defeated as this American hero has been destroyed in London. I was just struggling with this one.
I tell you, there's only one bit I don't like, and it's the entire crux of the pitch.
The crux,
Just the minor detail that was the apprehension about the old Tiger Driver. Because if I'm watching Queen Amanita, not even have a second thought about doing that move after what MJF has said about our great nation.
He deserves it.
He should have no second thoughts about doing that maneuver.
No.
So I think it worked initially, like in the aftermath of the Danielson thing, it worked for me. But the longer it's gone on, I'm just like, just hit the move, will you?
I feel like that might be it at Wembley. It might be that he just like, nah, I'll just go for it. But then he can't. But then MJF's always like reversing out of it or whatever before he finally like gets it.
Yeah.
I like it though because I do want to see Ospreay and Takeshita.
That's the match I really want next.
It gets to the point that I would really like to see.
Yeah,
and that's that.
and we've seen it before. We saw it at Revolution, but like for that title, and I've liked what MJF is doing with the belt, but it just needs to get back to this like full work rate.
I mean, they're still calling it the
American.
Is it the
So it's the international championship. Yeah.
No, wait. The international is the one that's
the American one now. Yeah.
All American.
All American. Which one's the one that Okada's got?
The Continental.
The Continental.
Continental. Hey, I'd love that. I'd love that one as well.
God. I mean, that would be good too. But yeah, I like to where you get everything too. So it's about.
I would love to see him just hit that Tiger Driver straight away, but I don't think he's going to do it.
But it's what you want.
It's what you want to happen. That's it, exactly. Righty-ho, my final one, and then Joel will read out the final one, the collective one.
I think you could
No,
read it.
I think hey, what do we reckon?
Come on, Joel. Come on, Joel. Play the game, Joel.
That's it. Right, my final one is Hangman Page is the winner of the Casino Battle Royale. For Tom's peace of mind, Hangman pins Jarrett, but he doesn't stop there. He lays into him, he busts him wide open, and Hangman is just covered in Jarrett's claret. Page holds up Jarrett's lifeless head. That's good, that, isn't it? I saw you nodding your head then, like, it's good, that. Page holds up Jarrett's lifeless head to the camera and states that this is what's coming for Swerve, title or no title, young man. Security and backstage personnel pry Hangman off Jarrett and escort him out of the arena. It's a scene, it's a visual. Hangman covered in blood, all wide-eyed, going off on one, and he's forcefully removed from the building. So we cut to the AEW World title match between Swerve and Danielson. Towards the end of the match, Swerve takes Danielson's head off with a litany of house calls and goes for the pin, but only gets the 2. The ref spies Danielson's leg under the bottom rope, and it's at this point that Swerve knows that wasn't deliberate from Danielson. He's been knocked silly, his legs accidentally just whip out of there regardless anyway. It's whip out of there regardless. Pure chance that his leg was under the rope. So Strickland smirks. He drags Danielson into position and mockingly shakes his limp hand and says something along the lines of, I did this for you. I did this for your daughter. And because you said she's in the crowd, it can be like, I did it for her. I did it for her and for you. Swerve starts doing that yes chant, like he did on Dynamite recently, as he looks to head to the top to hit the Swerve stomp for the finish. But so imagine like everybody's doing the thing, so you can't hear the crowd also swelling for something else, right? He turns, but as he does,
swelling. Yeah.
Hangman Page, somehow back in the arena, he's just standing in the crowd and staring directly at Swerve Strickland. He's wide-eyed and intense like before. He's still got all the dried blood of Jeff Jarrett completely covering his
looks
body.
like Mike Myers.
Oh, he does, like something from a horror film, right? And the two just look at one another before security and personnel once again manage to grab Hangman, but he does nothing. He's not resisting. He's just staring, watching on. Swerve smiles and he turns to face Danielson again to hit the Swerve stomp, but it's enough of a distraction for Bryan to capitalize. Swerve tries to go for the move, but Danielson rolls out of the way, and as Swerve turns around, he gets hit with a Busaiku knee for the win. The Busaiku knee for the win. Yes, boy. I feel like Hangman is going to play a part somehow in this match, but I don't want it to necessarily be outright shenanigans.
Yeah.
Just having him like standing there looking on without doing anything physical, just being menacing. And then he's like taking that away in some form, taking the title away from
as well.
Yeah.
Well, I do want full on shenanigans, but I'll still say yes.
Well, thank you.
I prefer the fact that he's not actually getting involved. I think that would take away from
the match itself.
Danielson's win and Swerve actually losing the title, because he can blame, as you said, he can blame him, but not like he's not actually had a fault in it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm very well for that one.
Thank you.
I like the swelling of the crowd as well.
They swell lots for Hangman Page. Who doesn't swell
Is he
lots
quite
for Hangman
close
Page?
to the ring?
He is within swelling.
He's got a ticket like front seat. Just
Yeah. I'm going to say he's a little bit back. It seems, candid. Oh, that's not planned, but obviously it's planned. There's enough room for swelling. But I was so tempted to, because I read the comments sometimes and they're like, oh, these pitches, they always pitch like well far ahead of like what we've done.
Sure.
You're very good. You're very good.
I've been doing it.
We do. And because I was like, I would love to see it Wrestle Dream because it's in Washington.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Danielson versus Swerve versus Hangman in a triple threat and have Hangman be the one to retire Danielson and take the title at the same time.
Yeah.
So they both don't get it.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Which would be nice. But I did. But guess what? I refrained, but I've said it there. So
I
did I refrain? I don't think I did.
Makes it better.
There we go. It makes it better.
I do sit here every month and then like realize after a minute, they've stopped pitching for the show now. Now they're pitching.
That's I'm getting aware of that now. Yeah, for sure. We have a special extra pitch that Joel said he's very willing to. You don't have to. I don't want to put.
Come
you on
on,
the spot.
Joel.
Come on.
I don't want to put him on the spot.
Joel loves the cameras. Come on, Joel.
Yeah, come on.
Am I sitting where you are?
Yeah.
It's showtime. Joel Holland, everybody.
Whoa! Get in.
Hello.
Here he is.
Hi, everyone.
This
Hello.
is everyone's favourite from the podcast.
Yeah.
This
Daddy
guy
Joel.
here.
Sesh. I feel like Andrew stitched me up here because now I'm going to be the pervert.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
It's a good job you weren't really.
You co-wrote it.
I don't know if it's. I mean, there's part of it that definitely seems a bit.
Oh, my God. Right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Britt Baker comes out on a Heinz baked beans truck and sprays Mercedes with beans. This is not my words. Mercedes is incapacitated by the beans, and Dr. Britt Baker, Bean M. Beans, applies the lockjaw. But instead of using a glove, she used sausages. Mercedes realizes that beans and sausages are well and good and forfeits the title because of how silly she was. Backstage, Mercedes is devastated. She should have known how good beans and sausages were. However, here comes Tony Khan with loads of Wetherspoon's gift cards.
I mean, I think that's one.
I mean,
really.
I understand the motives of the story after Mercedes horrifically removed the sausages and the
She
beans from
butchered
her small breakfast from Weatherspoons.
You weren't happy about that,
Well,
were you?
no, because I think she's misrepresented what Weatherspoon's breakfast actually looks like.
I agree.
It looked awful on
I mean,
her
it's
plate.
kind of so the first thing she did was go to a Spoons.
Well, yeah, you go there expecting not the best food, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, I think
but
we've tricked Americans into thinking it's this fine establishment.
Yeah,
Weatherspoons.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
It's cheap, it's cheerful, it's unhealthy, it's
Yeah.
Britain.
But do you think that's
But
the
it's not
finest
bad.
of British food, though? Having a microwaved egg for your breakfast.
You're the wrong guy to talk to. You
Yeah,
make
Fraser.
Teletubby house mountains of rice in your spare time.
I have done, yeah.
Anyway, Joel, it's a yes from me because
yes.
the motives are there, and I think the message needs to be put out there that Weatherspoons isn't as bad as Mercedes Moné, the picture displayed, but the owner is a wanker.
Yeah. Yeah, stand by that one. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a yes from me. Just it's ridiculous, and we've not had a really ridiculous one in a while.
No, they've
did you
slowed
write
down
that
a
one
little bit,
yourself?
haven't Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
why not? No, it was Andrew. It was a collective. It was a collective, yes.
I'm intrigued to see how you
A
thought that
writing
was.
committee.
You've got a microphone, by the way. I'm intrigued to see how you thought that was pervy.
Sausages.
Lots of sausages
She
in
got-
now.
That was the thing. There was
All
the was instead of gloves, she put sausages in.
If
she
it, was
said she
one,
gets-
if it was one sausage, I'd be thinking, ooh, but if it's multiple
It's multiple
sausages,
Yeah.
sausages.
that's just funny, isn't it?
Mercedes
No,
gets.
because if I said it, it would have been completely
Well,
different.
She gets sprayed with beans. That's a bit.
How on
How
earth
is that?
pervy?
How is that pervy, Joel?
What on
Hey,
earth do you
well,
do in your spare time, you freak?
We're into different things, you know.
I'm crying. That's brilliant. Joel, should we do a ventriloquism thing? Right? You just
Okay.
move your mouth as
All
I
right.
do this, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this pictures video. We
could
hope
just
you
sit
enjoy AEW. What you did? We hope you enjoy AEW All-In 2024. We'll have plenty of content going out. We will, obviously, you are watching the pictures video right now. We'll have predictions. We will also have what happened out not long after the show, and also a live stream from, can we say who's on the live stream?
Can we?
I don't know what
know.
the plans are.
Okay, well, you will
not to
find
then.
out who's on the live stream when the
Yeah,
live
it's
stream
Tom.
happens.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
It's not Tom and Ross, but it's two wonderful other blokes instead. So stay tuned for that. And until then, lest we forget the final golden outro as well.
Joel, you've stopped moving.
No,
What's
sorry.
Oh,
I'm-
keep going. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Life's
The
a pitch.
and then you die.
Hey.